Welcome everyone, join us today as we delve into the incredible journey of the legendary rock vocalist Jimi Jamison. Known for his powerful performances with Survivor and unforgettable hits like Eye of the Tiger and Burning Heart. So let's dive in. Jimi Wayne Jamison, born August 23, 1951 in Durant, Mississippi, in the United States of America. Born in rural Durant, Mississippi, Jimi Jamison was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, from just 1 day old by his mother Dorothy. His musical journey began early, inspired by the soulful sounds of rhythm and blues. As a teenager, Jimi taught himself to play guitar and piano. His first public performance was Day Tripper by the Beatles, which he played while attending a middle school in Sherwood in the mid-1960s. Jimi began his music career at 12, playing in an R&B band called The Debuts. While attending Messick High School, the band had a hit with their first single, If I Cry, written by Wayne Carson, in 1968. They were signed by Atlantic Records and soon toured with Roy Orbison, Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, and the Buckinghams. The Debuts disbanded in 1969, but Jimi and bandmate Raoul continued to perform together for some time. Later, Jimi joined a group of musicians, including Tommy Cathy, to record with local keyboardist David Beaver. He was the lead vocalist on the 1973 album, Combinations, credited to D. Beaver. After their second recording session with David Beaver, Jimi and Tommy Cathy joined forces with guitarist Buddy Davis to form the Memphis southern rock band Target, in the mid-1970s. The band quickly built a reputation as a local arena favorite, playing live shows constantly. Their success led to the release of 2 albums on A&M Records, Target in 1976, and Captured in 1977, featuring singles like Are You Ready, Let Me Live, and It Is Only Love. Target opened for major acts such as Black Sabbath, Boston, and Kiss. In 1982, Jimi joined the heavy rock band Cobra, alongside guitarist Mandy Meyer from Crocus, guitarist, keyboardist Jack Holder from Black Oak, Arkansas, bassist Tommy Kaiser, and drummer Jeff Clavin. Managed by Butch Stone, who also managed Target, Crocus, and Black Oak, Arkansas, Jimi replaced the original vocalist Tommy Andrus. Cobra became popular in the Memphis scene and signed with Epic Records. The band released one album, First Strike, produced by Tom Allom, in 1983. The album topped the import charts in British music magazine Kerrang, and their song Blood on Your Money received MTV airplay, marking Jimi's first music video. Cobra toured the United States, opening for Quiet Riot, Nazareth, and Crocus. Their live performance on November 27, 1983, was broadcast on the King Biscuit Flower Hour and later partly released on the Bootlegs Live Attack, and Only You Can Rock Me. The live set featured a half-dozen unreleased songs, including I'm a Fighter, written by Jimi and Mandy and later covered by Van Zandt. Despite their efforts, First Strike achieved only moderate success, and the band split at the end of the year due to differing goals among the members. After Cobra disbanded in 1984, Jimi joined Survivor, whose success had declined since their 1982 hit, Eye of the Tiger. The band had recently parted ways with original singer Dave Bickler due to his vocal cord issues. Despite some reservations about Survivor's pop rock sound, Jimi joined after a successful audition. His first recording with them was The Moment of Truth from the Karate Kid, reaching number 63 on the Billboard Hot 100 in July 1984. Jimi's first full album with Survivor, Vital Signs in 1984, reached number 16 on the Billboard album chart and was certified platinum. The album included hit singles, High on You, reaching number 8, I Can't Hold Back, number 13, with the latter also topping the top rock tracks chart. Jimi's photogenic presence helped the video gain significant MTV airplay. The Search Is Over reached number 4 on the singles chart and topped the adult contemporary chart. First Night also charted, peaking at number 53. The band began touring in Chicago and Indianapolis in 1984. In 1985, they toured with Bryan Adams, performing at his sold-out shows in venues like Nashville's War Memorial Auditorium, the Dallas Convention Center, the San Antonio Convention Center, and New Orleans Lakefront Arena. They also toured with REO Speedwagon, with performances at the San Diego Sports Arena and other locations. They even toured in Tokyo, Japan, releasing a concert DVD and appearing on various Japanese TV shows. That same year, Survivor was asked by Sylvester Stallone to create the theme song for Rocky IV, resulting in the hit Burning Heart, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1986. Jimi's second album with Survivor, When Seconds Count, was released on October 9, 1986, and featured the hit single, Is This Love, which reached number 9 on the singles chart. The album peaked at number 49 on the Billboard album chart but sold over 500,000 copies, earning a gold certification. Jimi contributed to the songwriting, including the single, Man Against the World, which peaked at number 86. This song was originally intended for the Rocky IV soundtrack and was included in the album's 2006 reissue. Another single, How Much Love, peaked at number 51, and In Good Faith, was promoted in Europe, with performances on German TV shows. Survivor released their final 80s album, Too Hot to Sleep, in late 1988. Jimi later cited it as his personal favorite with the band. However, the album suffered from poor record company promotion and only reached number 187 on the Billboard Albums chart. 3 singles were released: Across the Miles, which peaked at number 74, Didn't Know It Was Love, which reached number 61, and Desperate Dreams, which was promoted in Europe. Despite these efforts, the band couldn't maintain the success of their earlier albums. In 1989, Jimi recorded his version of Ever Since the World Began for Sylvester Stallone's film Lock Up, at Stallone's request. That same year, he was invited to join Deep Purple after they fired singer Ian Gillan. Despite a 2-week session with the band, he left due to pressure from his managers, who wanted him to tour and focus on his solo album. Deep Purple's John Lord said, he was a huge Deep Purple fan and wanted the job, but he was afraid of his managers. Also in 1989, Jimi reunited with his Target bandmates for a 10-year reunion concert in Memphis and performed the entrance song, Hard Time for WWF wrestler Big Boss Man. Jimi's first solo album, When Love Comes Down, was released in July 1991. Though it didn't make a significant impact on the charts, Rock Hard and Taste of Love were featured in Baywatch episodes and the 1992 film Jersey Girl. His association with Baywatch deepened that year when CBS enlisted him to co-write and perform the series' theme song, I'm Always Here, which became iconic and was used until 2001. Jimi began touring as Survivor or Jimi Jamison's Survivor with a new solo band including Hal Butler, Jeff Adams, Bill Marshall, and initially Frankie Sullivan, later replaced by Jeff Miller. Despite a lawsuit from Sullivan and Jim Peterick, Jimi continued to tour under the Survivor name until 1999. During this time, Scotti Brothers released 2 compilation albums featuring Jimi's work with Survivor. His solo album Empires, released in October 1999 under Jimi Jamison's Survivor, included a re-recorded I'm Always Here and a cover of Gary Wright's Love Is Alive. Jimi rejoined Survivor in March 2000, taking over from Dave Bickler. In 2002, the band released Christmas Is Here, which hit number 6 on the Mediabase Christmas charts. In 2005, Jimi and Survivor appeared in a Starbucks commercial with an Eye of the Tiger parody, earning an Emmy nomination. They released Reach in April 2006, marking Survivor's first new album in 18 years. Jimi left the band shortly after the album's release on July 14. Jimi released Crossroads Moment in Europe in July 2008 and in the US the following year, produced by his former Survivor bandmate Jim Peterick. He toured in Rio, Brazil, Chile, and Barcelona, Spain. In 2010, an outtakes album titled Extra Moments was released, benefiting melodicrock.com and compiled by Jimi and Peterick. In 2011, Jimi collaborated with Toto's Bobby Kimball on the album Kimball Jamison, featuring songs by Richard Page, Randy Goodrum, John Waite, and other rock songwriters. During the same period, he formed One Man's Trash with Fred Zahl, releasing History in December 2011 through Starhouse Records and receiving an endorsement from Hofner Guitars. Jimi reunited with Survivor in 2011 and performed Eye of the Tiger for boxer Manny Pacquiao's entrance at his fight against Shane Mosley at MGM Grand Las Vegas. Due to popular demand, he repeated this performance for Pacquiao's next bout. In 2013, it was announced that Survivor, including Jimi, would reunite with original singer Dave Bickler and start working on new material. Jimi continued to tour with Survivor until his death in 2014. His final performance was on August 30, 2014, at the CanCert benefit event in Morgan Hill, California, part of the Artec Summer Concert Series. The event, which raised funds for cancer patients and career training for high school students, featured Survivor in a 58-minute set. Throughout his career, Jimi provided backing vocals for numerous artists, including Degamo and Key, Gary Chapman, Mylon Lefevre and Broken Heart, Crocus, Molly Hatchet, and the Blackwood Brothers. He also sang on ZZ Top's Eliminator and contributed to Joe Walsh's albums, notably the 1991 single All of a Sudden. He worked with the Fabulous Thunderbirds, 10 years after, Omar and the Howlers, Eric Gale's band, and Chris Bailey. In later years, he backed Howard Leese's solo album, released charity singles like House That Love Built and One Family, and contributed to Domino's Naked But Dressed and a Steve Miller Band tribute. His final vocal performance was with Tommy Denander's F4 Your in 2015. Personally, in 1972, Jimi married Brenda Faye Mason, the mother of his first child. They divorced in 1983. He then married Deborah Teal in 1985, with whom he had 2 more children. Jimi and Teal separated in 1999. When not performing, he enjoyed gardening and playing sports like tennis and golf. Sadly, on September 1, 2014, Jimi passed away at his home in Raleigh, Memphis, Tennessee, at age 63. Initially believed to have died of a heart attack, the autopsy revealed cardiovascular disease and narrowing of the arteries as contributing factors, with a hemorrhagic brain stroke and acute methamphetamine intoxication as the causes. His death was ruled accidental. And there you have it. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed exploring the life and legacy of the iconic rock vocalist Jimi Jamison. Remember to like and subscribe for more stories about the legends of music. Take care and bye for now.